Jordan, and we should be good. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Beast Mode Brandon back again. Happy Tuesday. Appreciate you guys on East Coast time, a little bit after 9, but we're going to kick it off, you know. You know me. We're going to have the best year yet. We're going to thrive in 25. And we do a lot of things. Why? You know what I mean? You got to think about you personally. What's your why? You know me. My why is simply this. I want us all to make more, to bless more, whatever is in our hearts. We can give back to communities, churches, families, um, all making the world a better place, right? And if we all sow into that and we all get in alignment with that, we good. For me, right? Some of the money I make, I'm gonna bless back to the baseball kids around my area. This winter coming up, I'm gonna surprise a couple of the firefighters around this area because they don't get paid. You know what I mean? The ones in the cities, but the ones that out of the cities, they do it fully volunteer. So I'm like, what can I do to make an impact? You know. So this year, I'm gonna bless them with some dinners. They don't know it yet, and do my part, right, to give back and make the world a better place. They see people doing things like that, and then they're going to want to go and do things like that. And we rocking and rolling, you know. Without that, right, you got to make money, you know, and that's kind of why we come in here and we run things collectively together, you know. We got a lot of people in here inside our mastermind, inside our group, what we do, and it is very, very powerful, right? And hey, it all comes back to simply this, you know, just stay consistent, trade the plan, and use proper risk management. Right? With that being said, in the end, right, we have tons of trading vehicles, and you have to understand each different technique is a different vehicle, right? And some people kind of get confused or they mix one thing with another, and you should never do that, right? I like to say whether you follow me, Mike, Jamar, anybody else, I got the Cadillac, right? Jamar might be in the Range Rover. Mike might got the Jaguar. You don't ever see a Jaguar with a Cadillac front head and a Lamborghini or something exhaust. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like to tell people don't mix up the systems and stick with that. I'm not telling you what to trade. I'm trying to get this one last document to load up and we good. I'm not telling you what to trade, but resonate really with what you're trying to accomplish. You know, me personally, I like to be quick in and out kind of in the market, so I'm more of a scalper. You know, and with that, that comes me following my play and what I like to do. You know, why can I not find this? Where is this at? I thought I downloaded it and I didn't, but that's all good. Hey, we're gonna adapt where we're at, right? I think I might find it right here. Documents. There it is. Got it. Bang! It ain't stopping us from being great. All right, let's roll with it. Let me share my screen. All right, let's dive in. So, on tonight's call, I'm going to go over the mastermind report with the plays that I put in, make some money this month, make sure you guys are able to leverage that, you know, and so back into our mission. You know what I mean? So, first and foremost, you come in here to the Discord, and if you don't have it, we're going to walk you through right now to get the report. I can put it in the chat as well. You come here to the mastermind alert section. You come up here to February 1st. And we have that bad boy right here, February 1st. And I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring it up over here on my next screen. It is everybody see alerts in the mastermind section. So I'm going to bring that back up. So I don't want to hear anybody say, well, Brandon, I don't have it. If you don't have it, just let me know in the box, and I can I can toss it in there. So once you click on that, you're going to bring this box up right here. 48 pages this month, right? But we're not going to go over all this. We're just going to go over what I want to show you tonight, and give you guys all something for showing up on the call. One of the things I was going to give you guys or bless you guys with is I have a retirement list, right? And I pick companies, and I do things a little bit differently than some other people. I have the 2% rule, right? 2% probability or less for them companies to go to zero. That's just what I believe in, right? You could do it real easy. You could pick 2 or 3 stocks off this watch list, but realistically, I only take the buys and the sells. You know what I mean? So not to go off course, but this is something that I'm doing right here. You come in over here to Swingmaster Pro AI, and you come here to the weekly time frame. Amazon was on my thing, right? And I made a post about this earlier today. See this arrow, this buy on Amazon, 116 a share. Everybody thought I was crazy calling that buyout right there. But guess what? I understand the probability. The last time we got a buy, it was down here at 100 and it goes up here to like $180. Here, I'm still holding all my Amazon shares right here at that buy, and my average is about 117, I believe. So I got in the next week, and it's at 242 right now. So the question for me is, do I hold or do I take profits? And that's a good situation to be in. You buy 10 shares, and I just helped you create or you created for your account what, four figures, right? Four figures. Some people got five figures off this trade. I'm up five figures on this trade right here. I did have to hold it for a good solid year and a half, but my thing is this. If you're day trading and you're making money, right? And you're swing trading and you're making money, guess what? I like to day trade for my job. I like to swing trade to help grow my account. Between both of them, I like to take the profits and I like to scoop them into my retirement shares. And that's why my list is about 35 or 40 different stocks. The reason why, right? And you could do this real easy if you wanted to. You could just pick ETHE, which is Ethereum in the stock market, right? There's shares in my watch list that mimic Ethereum. If you like the simplicity of it, you can buy those things. You can get Solana in the stock market. That's on my retirement list as well. But anyway, what I'm saying is you create a side account. What are you doing with your profits, right? I put them in the shares. This year, my wife, she says, hey, I want to go on a vacation with just us. I said, where do you want to go? We got three kids. So I was like, let's get on the Keys for a weekend or maybe 4 or 5 days. Keep in mind, I have a 7-month old, a 5-year old, and a 7-year old. So for me to get babysitting, it's not realistic for us to make someone watch them for 6 or 7 days. But we can get a little bit out. So I could sell some of my Amazon shares, and guess what? I'm going on the house. It's a good position to be in. So this retirement list over here, I'm going to give you guys at the end of the call, is all the companies that I personally watch, right? And I'm confident in them that, like I said, they have less than 2% probability to go to zero. I give you shares to buy every single month in the report, and this list is where I get them from. I go through every single month, see what's on sale, and I want to get them on sale. So there's some people that they put in 4 and 5 figures into the trade, and they just sell out at 5, 10, 15%. Hey, I can't tell you how long to hold it because that's totally up to you. I'm 36, so I'm accumulating my retirement till I'm 40. And then once you're at 40 and you got 7 figures, you're now making $50,000 to $70,000 a year for the rest of your life. You get checks every 3 months right to your account, and now you can live off that, right? Essentially, because normal people's retirements is what, $2,000, $3,000. They're living off $25,000, $30,000. We could double or triple that if we plan now, get our 7 figures, and then keep it funneled into this. The reason I also have 40 different companies is because, like I said, I only buy shares when I get one of these reversal arrows and it's a green candle, green reversal arrow, or I get a buy. That's it. That is as simplified as you're going to get it, but you don't always get a trade. You might go months without getting a single trade. Highly unlikely because I have a bigger list, right? So if you guys want that, just give me a capital me in the box real quick. But hey, that's not what I want to talk about really. We're going to go back to the report, and we're going to rock and roll. All right. Anyway, mastermind report. We're going to scroll down right here, and I'm going to zip through all this. Tons of good information in here. If anybody didn't see that, if you want to get into crypto and do some of the DeFi side, we got a DEX workbook in here. You guys can all take a look. I see you guys putting me's in the box. I love it. But hey, make sure you check on that if you want to get into the DeFi side. What we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the calendar aspect, right? We'll make this a little bit bigger. We're going to focus on the calendar aspect because I don't want to come back up to this. So this is a crucial part into my personal trading plan using the report. Why? Every single month, you see we got bullish predictable days and we got bearish predictable days, right? My logic is simply this. Every position I take, right? Every position I take, I like to give it 3 opportunities to push in my favor. And that's why I have a very good advantage. If I only have $500 to put into one trade, I'm going to initiate $200 out the gate. If that $200 drops to $150, that's a good average in point. I'll buy another contract. If it falls to $100, I'll buy another position in that same contract, which is called a dollar cost average, right? Well, I'm still doing it within the plan, so let me explain. I'm doing that dollar cost average, but I'm using the report. So if I take a swing trade tomorrow, which is a good possibility, if I take that swing trade tomorrow, I see our next, we're probably going to get out of our trades by the 15th of this month, which is cool. But if we don't, I'm going to use a bearish day, which you see right here, right? Bearish day, February 11th, I'm going to have checked off. The 19th through 21st, I'm going to have checked off in my calendar. The 27th through 28th, I'm going to have checked off in my calendar. So the plan is simple, right? You go through some of these stocks that we watch, and if it doesn't play out and your trail stop limit never gets hit, we buy another position on a bearish day. If this day and it drops again, we come down here again and we can buy another position on this February 15th bearish day. So ideally, we want to get into the markets, right? Tomorrow, maybe this week, mildly bullish. If we have a dip buy or we have something like a red market between Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that's when I'm looking to take my positions, right? The leap trades, it's the same exact thing. I give myself, right, 6 to 9 months. I'll take one position this month. If it doesn't play out next month's calendar, I'll find a bearish day and a huge red day. I will take another position. On the third month, if my leap trade never goes in position or never profits, I will then average in a third time on that third month on a bearish, predictable red day, right? Or just a bloody red day. Regardless, I will average in on that same trade. The last trading day of that third month, I will then cut my leap trade for whatever it's worth. So you'll never take 100% loss on this, right? But that's the same plan. The same way with the shorter term trades. The reason we buy 45 days of expiration time, which is next month, the third Friday of next month, which will be March, we do the same thing. We take 3 opportunities if we need to this month, but the very last day, if our trade is not in profits, guess what? You cut that trade and you simply get prepared for the next month. And that's how we use the bearish and bullish predictable days inside the mastermind. Is everybody following me right now? If everybody's following me so far, give me a 1 in the box. All right, we got tons of ones. Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's get into the good part, right? Because every month and every week, not to pick on anybody, I love when you guys give me questions, but if we can address it together on the call, that's what we want to do. So we down here at the Beast Mode Trading Plays, right? And we're going to start right here in this section right there, right? This top part. These rules are simple. We just went over it, right? We are going to buy third Friday, right, of following month. I'm going to put following month. Third Friday of following month. That's one rule. The second rule we got, right? We set our trail stop limits, right, for 15 or 20%, meaning if we go up 15 or 20%, we are then going to be risk-free, RF. Next rule that we have on this, right, we are going to, right, if the trade never plays out, we give ourselves 3 opportunities, right, or I should say we give ourselves 2 additional opportunities. Opportunities. I know that's crazy. Just hang in with me because the first initial trade is 1, and we will take 2 more opportunities. That's what I'm talking about. The last one, the fourth one, our stop loss. Stop loss equals last day of this month. And that's the rules right there. We still take in consideration our 20% bid and ask. We still take in consideration our open interest. That's 100 or more. And we still take in consideration our delta rule, our 19-cent delta rule. And that's why we want to go over this. So I get tons of questions. Brandon, what strikes are you taking? What's the rules? Well, guess what? I got this recorded. I'm gonna send this back to you, but we're gonna go through all this together. All right. So these calls go back 20 plus years, and they all have high probabilities to expand this month. I don't know if they're going to expand tomorrow, the second week, or the last week of the month, right? I just know that the probability is in our favor, and that's something that we want to put ourselves into position, right? So these top parts, I say have an 87% probability. I've been putting these in the report since 2020, and I'm very good at what I do. So first couple trades are here. Everybody understand the rules right now. If everybody understands the rules, We're going to keep moving along. Give me the 2 in the box right now. If everybody understands the rules. I got this recorded, like I said. I got your names. Don't be hitting me up and asking me the questions we just talked about together. I'm just kidding. Hey, you ever have a question, never hesitate to ask, but I just want us all to have a clear mind. This is just for this top part right here. All right. So we see right here our CAT, MU, and Visa. We're going to go to the option chain, walk through this together, and we're going to do this. So what did we say? Our first trade was CAT, right? Let me just double check. Where did it go? I just lost it. All right, right there it is. Yep, CAT and MU. So we go to CAT, right? Everybody should understand this. You should go through your basics. If you don't, this is the options chain. What do we say? Third Friday of next month. So we know that that's March. March 7th is one. March 14th is the second. March 21st is the third. There's 45 days of expiration time left. And we're going to scroll down a little bit. These are the rules right here that we talk about. The bid and ask need to be 20%, right? Or less. Don't have to worry about it because we're going with it together. 20% or less. Open interest needs to be 100% or greater, and your delta needs to be 19 cents. Why do we have a 19-cent delta in place? This is simply why right here. If you take Caterpillar, right? Simone might come in here and buy one contract deep into money for $10,500. Josh might come in here and buy one contract at the money for $1,045. People with small accounts, they can't take either of those contracts, right? But if you come in your Delta rule, 19 cents, you could take this contract right here and really risk $235, which everybody should be able to afford, or the $395, which everybody should be able to afford. And that's why we have our 19-cent Delta rule. Anything greater than that, you're putting yourself at danger. So I don't recommend that. All right. So we're going to say, what do we got? Caterpillar, 3/21 expiration. So I think it's appropriate to get the 390 calls or potentially the 400 calls. The only reason why I'm going to break the Delta rule right here at 19 cents, this is 14 cents, is because I know Caterpillar has an ATR of about 4 or 5 days. So with that being said, I know that in one day you could get a good day. You could get about 15, 30, 45, about 75 cents. So if you make $75 on a $230 investment, that's about 30, 31, 32%. If we're going risk free at 15%, get what I'm saying? You can take that. So I'm gonna put this in the chat. This month it'll be appropriate to take the 390s or the 400 calls. All right. Next one we got on the list. I believe it was MU. Yep, MU and Visa. So I'm not going to go this slow through every single one of them because I want to keep moving along. Because there's something else I want to go over as well. MU, 19-cent Delta rule. Everybody can afford $159. Tons of open interest. I'm personally going to get loaded up probably the 100 or the 105s. They're still cheap. They're $200 a contract. If you need, you could do that one right there. So we're going to say the 105 or the 110 calls. MU, same contract expiration, 3/21, and you can get loaded up this month. Like I said, the hundreds or the 105s, 100/105 calls. Absolutely. I will put all these strikes in the Discord and the WhatsApp chats after this as well, so you guys can just pay attention to the screen if you need to. Next one is Visa, and then we have Nike, right? Visa, same expiration. Come down here to Visa. We see the 19-cent Delta rule. Everyone can afford the $320 or $220 for the calls, right? We should have no problems with that. Tons of open interest. I'm going to say 360s and 365s. Visa, 3/21. What do we say? 360s and 365 calls. Next one we got Nike and Costco. Nike, or no, I'm sorry, Nike and Cisco. Nike, NKE, same contract right here. Now this one, the 19-cent Delta rule, the contract's $110. To me, since this one is cheaper, I'm rather going closer to the money. So I'm gonna go a little bit closer, and this is why we have we go through this and walk through it together. You can take those 19-cent Delta ones if you want. If you have a smaller account, that's cool. But me, I'm gonna get loaded up. Let's see here. I'd say the 80 or the 8250 calls. 80/82 50 calls. Right. Next one was Cisco. Same thing. 321. Let's pull up Cisco CSCO. Same thing, March expiration. Now this one's a cheap one, right? If you take your 19-cent Delta roll, there's 64 cents a contract. To me, that's not really worth it. To me, I'm gonna go into money. There's tons of open interest here. I'm gonna get loaded up the 60 calls. And if you have a smaller account, you could take them for $180 only. So you could take the 60 or 6250 calls. I'm gonna say 60/6250 calls. And the last one on the call side was the Old Faithful we call Apple. That thing just forever goes up. And that is in my retirement as well. I dislike iPhones, but I like Apple as a company. Team Android, you know what I'm saying? Hate to say it. All right, Apple. We can get loaded up 19-cent Delta rule. That's about $200 a contract. You could take the 245s or the 250s. We're going to put this in the box. Gretchen says fire. You already know. I knew I liked you, Gretchen. You cool. That just solidifies it. The 245s and the 250s. 245, 250 calls. Now, we'll throw a curveball. We have puts over here, right? The same rules that I told you about the calls, they apply for the puts. However, you got to flip it upside down, right? Let me explain. If we want to enter our calls, right, on bearish predictable days or a red market, what do you think we want to do on the puts? Do we want to enter it on a bull or a bearish market? Absolutely not. You want to enter the puts on a green day, a bullish predictable day. If they are positive for the day, that's a great opportunity to get into those trades, right? So there's no difference than the contract expirations, right? But we have a slightly different plan. These ones actually have a crazy high probability, about 95% over the last 20 years, right? So let's go through it right here so we can walk through it and keep moving along. What is it? MRK. See what we got here? Same contract, third Friday of the next month. These things right here are cheap. Look at this, 11,000 right here at the money. You best believe I'm going to get loaded up the 90s, or you could take the 85 puts. I like the 90s. That's a sweet spot. But if you have a smaller account, you could take the 85 puts. Just know this right here, guys. The 85 puts are $120, right? If you are looking for 15% to go risk-free, you are only going to make about $15 or $17. The ROI is the ROI. Do not focus on the dollar amount. If a whole bunch of us take contracts right here at $280, right, we're going to be up about $90, $100 for 20 or 30%, right? Or the same thing. But if you take the 116, you are going to be look, Alan jumped the gun. Hey, you an all-star. Alan bought MRK yesterday. He's up green today. Great green bag. I see Google failed. That's in my retirement plan too. I like to see it drop because you know it's going to bounce and come right back on up. But tomorrow might be a good day to enter our positions, especially if you didn't take any of these positions yet, right? So I think it's wise to get loaded up to 85 or the 90 puts. Just know what I just said. Understand your dollar amount. If you take something that's 85 and you're up $20 on a $120 contract, that's the same thing as us being up $80 or $90 on a $300 contract. So you can't compare the dollar amounts. You have to compare the ROI. Is everybody following me? Everybody follow me? Give me a yes in the box if everybody understands that. I had a couple people in the live trade room. They were trading one contract and they said, Brandon, how comes you made 300 or 400 bucks on SPX and I made $40? I said, well, first, I'm in 5 contracts and you're in 1. Second, you didn't take the same contract as me. Third, you made the same ROI I did basically. The difference is you took 1 and I took 5. So our dollar amount's never going to be the same. And they're like, wow, I never thought of that. Hey, it's no worries. Hey, I mean, now you know. You know what I'm saying? Now you know. So, all right, MRK, 85 slash 90. I'm gonna put P's for that one. Right. The last one we have on our list, we have Guild, GILD. Same thing. Open interest is fine, a little bit lighter. They're still above 100, so we good. These will tighten up a little bit. I think we could probably take I'm gonna say 95, the 95s, and then the 9750s. So we're gonna say 95, 9750 puts for that one. All right, let's get back to the report now. See what else we got. That is the top section right there. That is how he said makes sense to me. There you go. We good. That's the top part. Moving along. OTC plays. These are high risk, high reward type trades, right? I got 3 of them on this month. These ones are a little bit different, right? I like to call these like my lottery tickets or my meme coins in the crypto space if you're familiar with them, right? And I'm going to show you something. So we're going to put on the 1-day chart. And our first one is BRLL, all right? BRLL. Everybody see where it's at right now. This is sub pennies, 0.0040. What happens is a lot of times price comes down, you buy some right there. Price comes down, you buy some there. Your cost average is there. Guess what? That right there is 100% ROI. Price comes back down. Let's say you buy it right there. Guess what? You're up 100% ROI again, right? So these are what happens is these companies are on the OTC over the counter. I consider these like a lotto ticket. Do not put tons of money in this, but you can put a couple $100 into these right here. And once you go up 100, 200%, you're good. So BRLL is one of them I'm watching. TGGI, we milked this thing for a while. We've been trading this thing for 2 years. And I think it's 0.002, right? If we go back 2 years, let me show you, right? We go back 2 years. Where we at? I'm gonna put on a 3-year weekly chart. Look what happened right here. We started trading this back over here in about 24, and it went from here, and this is about 1,000% return. Comes back down, we got it here. There's another couple 100%. Comes back down, that wick right there, a lot of 100%. We've been pinged this low for a while. It's probably going to bounce up a little bit. So what happens with these crap companies, right? News will come out and everyone buys into the news and it pushes these stocks up. So, like I said, they are legit lotto ticket trades. If you do not like the aggressiveness, don't take them, right? And this last one is MJNA. This is a marijuana OTC company. It was actually a couple pennies before, but is at 0.004 right now. All you need is a little pop to go up to here, and that's like 150, 200%. A little pop right there to go up, and it happens. But these could go to 0 too. So that's why we do not trade these with a lot of money. I used all profits on them, right? For me, and I'm already net profit on all of them, but I'm still holding positions, right? So just keep that in mind. If everybody understands that, I'll put a 3 in the box now. That is the risky part. And some of you guys might not buy them, and that's totally fine. I will not judge you. That's all good.
So Brandon,
Talk to me, Dan.
You're just buying those as stock or
Yeah, you can.
not?
Yeah, you can. There's no options on OTC. It's only
Oh,
shares.
all right, thank you.
Yep. So you'll buy a couple million of them probably. I'm serious. A couple million is like 150, $200.
Oh, wow.
But I'd had a couple people that was with me in 2020 and 2021. They held a stock. They put $3,000 into it. And it went up to about $600,000 or $700,000. So just like the crypto space, it does happen. The problem is everybody expects it to happen all the time, and they all wreck themselves. So I'm not saying by any means put a lot of money into that. I am saying, hey, you can't win if you don't have a little bit of money into those. But like I said, it's a little bit more aggressive. So just keep that in mind. All right. So you guys
Yep.
all put 3s in the box. We're going to keep moving along. The second to last part, off the watch list, retirements, right? For all you guys showing up, I'm going to bless you guys in my retirement list, right? Got tons of messages. Brandon, what's on your retirement list? Instead of giving you guys each individually ones, I'm just going to hook you guys all up, right? So retirement list, I get all these off the watch list. Every month there's something different, right? So what am I doing? If I see right here, if I see Google is going to open up down uh at 191. It's not even it's going to open up way down here. Actually, not even way down there. It's going to be right here. I would really love for Google to come back down to like 150 or 160. What happens on the retirement side is this, right? The alligator will be about like right there. I'd want to buy it here. I'd want to buy it down here. Guess what happens? Over the next couple months, right? There'd be your average. Over the next couple months, there's an easy 5, 10, 15%, right? Then you keep holding it. Let me get myself out the way. It's at 207. I'm in Google with the split. I'm in Google. I think on my new position. Ah man, what am I? Maybe like 130, 135. It was a lot higher, but it did split. So just keep that in mind. Just like Amazon, it did split as well. That's why I have so much shares. Off the same strategy and technique. We alerted Amazon, like I said, way back here. I already showed you guys that in the beginning. But you come back here. I'm in Amazon right here at like 117, and I'm still holding it. I didn't sell yet. So I tell you guys to take profits, and here I am bag holding it, but to the good side. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good situation to be in, but just understand the retirement shares is something that's super safe. Park your money into it, and at any given time you want to go on a vacation, just be like, look, I'm up a couple $100, a couple $1,000. I'm selling out because guess what? Your account doesn't grow until you sell out. So remember that, right? So this month on the retirement, you heard me say I day trade for my job. I swing trade to help grow my account and I use the profits of both to buy my retirement shares. I have all 40 companies in my retirement shares because I'm a hoarder and I didn't sell yet, but I'm also 36. You might be a little bit more established, a little bit more older. You might have a more abundance account in that regards. You might have 600,000, 700,000 in your account. If you do that and you're putting in 20, 30 grand in each company, then yeah, if your 30 grand goes up 5, 10%, and you up a couple $100, right? It might go up 20%, 30%. Guess what? Now you're up a couple grand, and you keep growing your account that way because at some point we do have corrections, and that's when we really want to be able to impulse some of our money, right? And that's a good thing to do. So this month, I'll be looking to get Microsoft, right? Why? Look where we're at. We are right down here. We are down here at 411. Um, at the time, this is on the weekly time frame. We are down here on sale. To me, we're on sale. The 52-week low was 388, and we're at 416 or 417 right now, or 412. So to me, that's good. The high is up here at 475. Microsoft to me is a company that isn't going anywhere, right? It's a tech company. That's a great one. All right. Now, for you crypto traders, guess what? What am I stacking right now? Simplicity standpoints, I'm buying ETHE, which is Ethereum. It follows Ethereum to the what I want to say, all but to the T. So instead of buying one Ethereum at 2,900 or 3 grand, you could buy 10 shares for $230 right now and still be in sync with it, right? We are really on sale. I've been watching Ethereum. I got my trend line right here, and we are just simply channeling down. You do know at some point, you see my moon up here, right? This is what goes on in my head. Does everybody see my moon right here on the chart? Put a yes in the box if
Friday
everybody sees
what?
my moon.
June, July.
Yeah, it's different, Josh. All right, everybody see the moon? At some point, guess what? This thing is going to do this right here. It's going to moonshot and it's going to push way up there. And everybody that bought shares down here at 200, up here, or I'm sorry, at $20, and it goes back up here to 40, you just made 100% ROI on your investment. All right, 100% ROI on your investment. So I'm in ETHE. GSOL is Solana. We can buy Solana in the stock market, right? I had this one right here. I don't know why it's off centered, but we could put a new one on. Same thing. We got our trend line. That bad boy is still respecting our trend line, right? Look where it's at right now. You can buy one share of Solana for $24. $24. Look where it was before on the share side, 116. There's a potential in the bull run that we can make 4, 5, 6x our money. Now imagine you putting $1,000 into this, right? You put $1,000 into this, and this goes up to $80. Your 1,000 is now worth $4,000 or $5,000. That's a good situation to be in. You will never have that happen if you're not invested. Now, me, don't tell my crypto friends this, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna smack me upside the head or at least attempt to, right? I like simplicity. I wish crypto was a little bit more simplified in a sense where they had an all-in-one platform and we could take everything instead of having to go to this platform or that platform and exchange this coin to that coin. I still do it, and there's tons of money to make on it, but I like the simplicity aspect where all my money in the stock market, I can take part of the crypto side in here with us. You know what I'm saying? Simone's going to kill me. She said, come be a deacon with us. This is the crypto money. And I'm going to. I understand it. I'm just saying I wish there was a all-in-one DeFi platform that you could just take everything off one exchange. That's all I'm saying. How can you find all the cryptos on the stock side? You let me know what you want, Gretchen, and I will hook you up. So there's Solana in here. There's Bitcoin, GBTC, same thing. One share of it right now. Or I put the wrong one in. GBTC Grayscale Bitcoin is at $76 right now. Back here, we were calling buys at $40 and $50. Everybody in my investments, they all got what? They up 30-40% on this. They don't got to buy one Bitcoin. But in the end, it's all an ROI. That's all it is. So we got that. I didn't put Bitcoin up because Bitcoin's at the high. You know me, I like to wait for me to get good dip buy opportunities. The next one I have on my list is NVIDIA, right? That's you could do that. MSTX, yeah, it's a proxy of Bitcoin. You know, I'm just putting I like the main ones that mimic it, not ones that are involved in it, right? That have pieces of it. And I'll explain my retirement list building out towards the end, and maybe that might make a little bit more sense for you, right? Nvidia, we're on sale. We're underneath the alligator. We are down here at 118 or 120. This 52-week high was at 153. There was a time when it was down here at $75. I still think Nvidia is going to push tons of upside growth. I think we got that crazy, crazy push up with all the mining, the crypto news using the processors, and with the AI, right? So with that being said, I still believe there's a huge future in Nvidia. Plus, it pays a dividend. Guess what? A lot of my shares, not all of them, a lot of them, they pay you something just for holding them. So you could hold something for a year and not make nothing on the share side, but you can make an ROI per month. One of my companies in my retirement list is O Real Estate. You get a piece of all the real estate sales that take in that company, and they give you a monthly dividend. So each month you're making money, right? You put O on this, and I didn't call it for this month. It's at a great spot. But see, these fluctuations, they only go up 5 or 10% and come back down because you're making money each month on these. It's a monthly dividend. And that's powerful. That's powerful. I should have put O on it too because we are down here. I'll be buying some O, right? Next one we have Hershey. I'm from Hershey, Pennsylvania. We're at a 52-week low. To me, Hershey cannot fail, right? If it does, that's pretty crazy because they got Hershey's chocolate, they got Hershey Park, they got Milton Hershey. I believe a lot of money would come into this before this would get taken out. I am kicking myself because I bought Hershey at like $110. It's at 150. It did hit like 240 or 250 about a year and a half ago, and I was up 100%. I didn't sell, but you make about 4 or 5% a year just for holding it. So I'm still up on my shares while accumulating the dividend. So I could, if I could sell it right now, I'm not going to because I believe over the long haul it will bounce back up. I believe with the previous presidential regime, I believe cocoa beans and importing them was a little bit more difficult, and that's what caused the decline in Hershey over the last 2 years. But I do think that can change with the new candidate, right? So I'll be watching it. You know what I mean? The last one we have on this is Google with an L, right? I put Google in an L with this because at the time I made it, we were down here at 193, and now tomorrow we at 192, right where I thought we were going to buy it. I prefer if it would fall down a little bit, but this is a company that I'm okay holding. Guess what? Google now pays a dividend as well. So that is something I'm willing to put my money into. Google, we all got Gmails, and they milk me for the extra storage because I'm too lazy to delete my emails, and I always feel like I might need it at some point. So I just buy the monthly plan where it's like you got the 2 terabytes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we do our retirement list. All right. The last thing we got on here, we have our high probability leap trades. In 2023, I was 100% for the year. Last year, I lost 2 leaps, and we didn't even lose 100% of them. If that's a position that you want to put yourself into, pay attention to these and only these. Real simple. We already talked about the rules. We're going to buy our starter position this month. If we don't get our 15 to 30% ROI to go risk free on the leap, guess what? Next month, we'll take another piece. If we still don't get our ROI at that point, you got to readjust it then because you have a cheaper price. The third month, we will take that, right? So these all right here, you don't believe me. I know you do, but hey, I'm a visual guy. If we put up a TRV and we look at every where are we at right now? We look at every we look at this right here. We look at this right there. We look at this right here. We look at this over there. Look, push up right here. Push up right here. Push up. What do you think should happen right here? There's a good probability we push up. Get what I'm saying? And that's why we watching it. So I'll be waiting for us to get a reversal arrow on Swing Master Pro. I'll be taking my leap. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I simply do this right here. I come over here and I'll put stocks on that I'm looking at, TRV, and I'll put it on my daily time frame. I know my weekly is green. I'll come here to the daily 1 day, and I'll say, well, do we get a reversal arrow? Not yet, but it's setting up to be textbook. Tomorrow we might get one, right? That's a good opportunity to get into a leap trade, knowing that the probability is in our side. What's the reversal arrow? Reversal arrow is this green arrow right there. Right there's a good situation. Right here is a good situation, right? Right there, that's not one, but that's what I'm talking about right there. So you don't just got to get into the trade if you don't want to. You can be even a more probability-ish if you wanted to, and that's how you can do that. So this month, we're going to buy not 3 months at a time, TRV. We're going to look at our option chain. We want to take 6 to 9 months. There's an average of 30 days. 30 times 6, 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. It's about 180. So we're going to take probably this one. There's 164 days. We're only going to hold it for 90 days, worst case scenario. Now, these leaps, right? This is where it comes into the 20-cent delta rule, right? You can get a contract here for about $255. This spread will tighten up tomorrow, but right now, you see that it is not quite there. You know what I'm saying? See how this delta, or I'm sorry, the open interest says 91? I wouldn't take that one. I'm actually going to come up here a little bit better. So I would say either get loaded up the 290 calls or the 270 calls. And we're going to put that in right there. So TRV expiration is 718, 718. And what did we say? We said 270s, the 270s or the 290 calls. All right. Next stock we have Apple, and then we have AXP. All right. AAPL. We're going to look for the 180 mark. We're going to just take July as well and use the 19-cent delta rule right here. Everybody can afford a contract for 290 or 370. Everybody can afford that, right? Especially for the leaps. AAPL. And if you have a larger account, you can absolutely go closer to the money. I personally like to use $500 to $700 in my leap trades because I like to have $1,000. And if that 500 or 700 drops, then I got a little bit buffer to cost average in like I like to if I need to, but I won't if I don't have to, right? 718. These ones I could say get loaded up on the 270s or 275 calls. And the last one we had, what did we say it was? AXP, I believe. Yep, AXP. I believe that is American Express. AXP or the Capital Card. Yeah, American Express. I was right. Same thing. 19-cent delta rule. Put us right here. You could do either or. And and this says 90. It's a little bit low, but with this much time, there'll be more people that'll push into it. But just to be safer, we're gonna say 370s, or you could do the 380s. So same thing, 718, 370s slash 380 calls. I will copy that. You guys can take a picture of it. That right there is our report. That's how we're going to make money this month using the stocks that I put into the mastermind. You guys are ready for that? Give me a BMT in the box. Yes, this is recorded. It's live on YouTube right now. So if you are catching the replay, make sure you comment and say hi. All right. Last thing we have right here. Everybody says, what do we do for stops, right? Mike actually made a great document for us. This is the hard stop workbook. So I mean, you guys could ask me any question you want, but I tried to put this together and give him some things for you guys to fully understand it. If you scroll down, right, we walk through how to close out the stock price, the option price, how to set the stop. You come down here, good till canceled, how you can get where your stop loss or your hard stop is, whatever you're trying to do. If you don't have this workbook, let me know and I will repost it in the groups for everybody. But moral of the story, what's the difference of all the hard stops or all the different stops? Think of stops as your safety nets. Hard stops. This is like a brick wall. If your trade hits this price, it's over. No ifs, ands, or buts. Your absolute maximum loss. So if you want a hard stop in place, you're going to use a hard stop. Right? I will repost it. I got you. The limit stop. This is like a speed bump with a detour. It triggers at a certain price that you set it, thus being the limit. Then it tries to sell your trade at the specific price you set. Sometimes the market moves too fast and you will miss the detour. I never use a limit stop, but I want you to be educated what the limit stop is. All right. The trail stop. This is like a stretchy leash for your profits. As the trade goes up, the leash gets longer, letting you make more money, but it's always keep you from losing too much. I use trail stops all the time on day trades and futures. All right. Last one we have trail stop limit. This is like a stretchy leash with a gate. It still moves with your profits, but you can set a specific price at a sell when your leash gets triggered. This gives you more control over your exit. Every swing trade I enter, I use a trail stop limit. Why? If I enter something for $1 a contract and I want to go risk-free at $1.30, I set my trail stop limit to $1.30, and how much of those profits, which would be 30%, do I want to give back into a trail stop? At that point, I'm going to go on a 15 or 20-cent trail. If I buy something for $1,000 and it goes to $1,300, that same 30%, I'm not going to use a 15-cent trail stop. I'm going to use a $150 or a $1.50 trail stop, which is $150. Does everybody understand that? All the differences right here. Hard stop, simple, strict, and can prevent big losses. You guys can go through all this. I'm not going to read over it. But we went down and added this right here. Hard stops are best for shares, leaps, or extended day trades where you want to put a stop in place. Limit stops, these are best for shares or slow-moving markets. I do not use them at all. Trail stops, best for day trades, option swings, looking to maximize profits when you want to put that trail in right now with users' discretion at the stops. The trail stop limit is best for the weekly hit list, the swing trades, the leaps, or short-term swings that can trigger at users' discretion percent when you're not in front of your computer. Everybody understand that? We have everything. 15% aggressive, 30% moderate, 45% riskier. So I will put the workbook back in the group for all you guys. Last thing, 4 minutes until 10 p.m. I think we did good. I got this for you guys right here. We come over here to TradingView, and everybody sees this watch list right here. This is the beast mode, right? This is the beast mode retirement list. I can make it bigger. Beast mode retirement. We got Hershey. We got Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, NVIDIA, XOM, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. Hershey, Google with an L. Tesla, McDonald's, Home Depot, Walmart, Goldman Sachs, SPY, QQQ, DIA, IWM, BND, Nike, Ford, Waste Management, Triple M, KO, AT&T, Cisco, and O. Right? All right, so let me break this down for you. If you just wanted something to be super simplified, you could really buy shares of SPY or you could buy shares of VU, which is a S&P 500 index. The reason I don't have VU and SPY in here together is because this. When you buy VU, which is basically an ETF for the S&P 500, it's cheaper, right? But you really only capture the movement that the S&P 500 performs, all right? So you could be real simple and say, look, every single day and every single time, once a month, I'm gonna put $500 or $100 or $50 into this, and you're gonna and you'll be profitable in the long haul, right? That's the most simplified way to do it. I got a workbook on that. I can give it to you if you want that. I don't do it that way because I try to one up the market and do it my way. The reason I have 40 stocks is because I wait for buy signals to present themselves, right? If we look at this now on the weekly time frame, right, and we see SPY, all right, that first stock I was talking about was VU. The Vanguard, all right, it's the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Look at the price. It is at 553. It's not bad, right? But it's the same thing as it's SPY. Same thing, right? So I don't want to buy two different stocks that is in the same thing. The last buy signal we got on SPY was down here at 434. The last buy signal we got on it before was 392. I'm in this buy right here at 392, and I still own all my SPY shares, right? So now I have some stocks that are built for growth, right? I have some stocks that have the dividend. When you combine growth stocks and dividends together, that's what makes the ultimate retirement list. So if we go through here, right, and look at this, and you look at ETHE, right? Our last buy on this was right here at $26. It went up here to 34. That's good. The previous buy was at $9. It went up here to 35. That's 200% in the share side. All right, guess what? We got this buy a couple weeks ago, right? GBTC, which is the grayscale Bitcoin. Everybody said I was crazy at $51, and that's 78. Last buy was way down there at $16. They're up almost what 5, 6, 7x of their return for everyone that bought it right there. And we got people that bought it down there, right? Then you come over here to something different like Home Depot. Last buy on Home Depot, you have a buy here at 300. It's at 411. You have another buy right there at 287. It's at 411. You got another buy here, 346. It's at 411. Guess what? While you hold it every 3 months, you're also collecting a dividend. So if you just buy SPY, even though Home Depot might not be part of SPY, right? We're now capturing the movement of an individual stock, which you'll get a higher chance to get a parabolic move than something just solely in an ETF. So for me, I watch, right? I watch the ETFs and I watch the individual stocks. And that's my logic. I'm going to copy this and paste. Yeah, I'm going to paste it right now. That is my logic of why I build out my retirement list this way. Every single stock on this retirement list, I feel has a less than 2% probability to go to zero. Every stock on this retirement list, I have something that is crypto. I have something that is consumers. I have something that is uh what is it called? Like the FANG stocks, right? That can't go to zero. I have some that is in the food industry, like McDonald's. I have some that's in the clothing industry. I got Ford that's in the automotive industry. I got Waste Management, which is in the recycling, the power industry. I got AT&T, which is in the telecom industry. I got O, which is in the real estate industry. So we are diverse in every single thing. This is the reason I structure my watch list out the way that I do because, like I just said, they all give different buys at different times. And I always like to be a little bit more active. So when you can watch 40 stocks, just know that we're always going to get an opportunity to get a good signal, right? Trading with a plan, and the man or the woman with the plan always wins. That's my logic. If everybody understands that and you want it, let me know if you want my retirement list, and I will share it with you guys, and you guys can play with it as well. You want it? Just comment in the group, and I will share it. All right. So now how do I share this now? Share list. All right, where we go to share this at?
Copy the link that's just under share list.
Right there. Oh, right here. There it is. Look at this. Paste. That right there is in the chats. You guys got something for attending the calls, and we good. With that being said, do me a favor. You guys got value from tonight's call. Give me a DCG in the box, and let me know if you guys ready to make some money this month. All right, I see you guys pouring it in the comments. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, with that being said, don't ask me the question. I'm just kidding. You can ask me anything you want. Please understand why we do the things that we do. Make more money with you. Let's go. Appreciate it. You guys rock, right? So with that being said, does anybody have any last minute questions?
I got one quick question, Brandon.
Go ahead.
So when we're watching the monthly stocks like the Apple, Cisco, Nike, are we looking at on a day time frame, or what time frame we're using to look at that?
All right,
Or we
the retirement shares.
Nah, the ones with the monthly uh like the CAT, MU,
Like these
Visa.
ones right here.
Oh yeah, yeah. So those ones right there, when we look at those, we look at them on a daily time frame. I know we look at the calendar as well to see for like a bullish or a bearish day.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you something, right? There is no one way that do this, but I'm gonna share with you my way. All right. First stock we have is Cat right here. I use Swingmaster Pro, and since we come here on the daily time frame, right? I do not go in the daily time frame because these all have strong seasonality. I expect to get a bounce on it. So what I'll do is I'll come down in here to the 1 hour time frame, and I will wait for me to get a reversal arrow, right? And I'll take my trade. So today would have been perfect for me to take my trade. I will never take one on a huge push to the upside. I always would wait for a down move and get my reversal arrow. Why? Because guess what? Even if you took your trade right here on this reversal arrow, guess what? Let me ask you something. If you buy 45 days of time and your stock goes from 390 up here to 398 in one day, are you selling out or are you keeping it?
I'm gonna sell it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. So I trade to make money. I'm not trading to hold it. That's hey, we with it. So there's good probabilities to get into these trades. Like you got, say get in right here and we gap up right there. There's people that might cash out tomorrow with it if we gap up, but we have a red day, so it's setting up perfectly. Right? Same thing. We go to another stock, right? Um, I'll take a look at that, Josh. I'm gonna call in because I negotiated my fees and I didn't pay I didn't pay $7 a share. So if you're paying $7 a share, just skip that one. I'll find you something else and replace that. Or maybe you need to renegotiate. But let me call in. I got a rep that I call. But we good. Oh yeah, Greg. I got the recorded as well, so you can watch it and catch up where you left off, boss. So next one, like MU, let's check MU out. Same thing. I'll come in here, MU, wait for an hour reversal, and we're beating up. Look, next reversal arrow, I might get in. If we took it right there, guess what? We could be done for the month. And if we could be done in 1 or 3 or 4 days, guess what? We shaking and baking our way to the bank. That's how I do it. Hopefully that answers your question. Let me know if it doesn't.
Now that answered it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anybody have any other questions? All right. Well, hey, go ahead.
Just want to confirm that it's the leap play instead of the third Friday of the following month.
No, no, sir. The leap trades are they're in the chat. I put them in the
Yeah.
chat.
So
The leap trade, the
what was
leap
the
trades
price?
are the 6 to 9 months of time, and the top part up here is the third Friday of the next month.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yep, sweet. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Greg, just go to this right here, boss. Look. If you go to, let me see right here. Look, if you go up here to the search and you type in beast mode trading, right? You type that up. You're going to come up here to the channel. You're going to click the channel right here. We live right now. You come over here to the live tab right here. And guess what? Your recording is right here, right now. Every class we do, this is where you get all the recordings right here. Anything that we talk about on these calls every Tuesday and Thursday is right here. Yes, sir. You didn't know that? You do now. What's up, Ivan?
Not much. I was just saying, you using the Heikenhashi candles or you using the regular candles?
I'm using regular ones.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Anybody else? All right. Well, hey, if we don't have any other questions, I'm gonna give you back your guys' night. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are rock stars. Let's thrive in 25. Let's make more to bless more. Let's have fun doing it and make the world a better place. You guys rock. And if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, never hesitate to reach out. With that being said, you also have a blessed one. Catch me on the next one. Beast mode out.